Hey, Zach from AtoZrunning again. This time we're going to do a 5K. This is the Meyer LPGA 5K in Rockford, Michigan. And very fun event. We'll talk about that in a moment. But you should know, before I say too much, this one does not go according to plan whatsoever. And we don't really, think that there's much value in sharing only the good things, so we don't want to sugarcoat the bad ones. So I'm going to share this anyway, this video, but it will be a little different experience here for you. LPGA 5K is a lot of fun, and I'll get to that afterward. But one of the reasons why I like the race so much is because it's very close to home, and so it's fun to have kind of like the the race in your backyard kind of experience there too. So this was that. And I did a little bit more here, pre and post race commentary with the GoPro. So I'm going to keep it a little bit more brief in the interjection clips, and hopefully it'll be valuable to hear from kind of the trackside view. All right, got to the race about an hour, a little over an hour early. Going to do some active isolated flexibility out on the turf here, and then jog a warm-up. When I showed up to pick up packet, race director Josh says, "Why are you always here so early?" And then I didn't really have an answer for him. I didn't really know what to say, except that I'm pretty confident there's a very good chance I'll still barely make it on time to the start line. Let's find out. All right, trying something a little bit different today with the GoPro. I've got it on the selfie stick, so I can do sweet shots like that. Whew, is it working? Not working very well. But it is kind of cool. But it's also a little bit harder to hold it than the other thing that I usually use. So we'll see how that goes. A little bit nervous about dropping it. I'm also a little bit nervous about dropping it because this is a 5K, and I am used to doing this for long races. So far, marathon and half marathon races, which, by the way, if you missed those, check them out. I'll put some links in some places around here, and you can check out the half marathon and marathon ones. So yeah, jogging the warm-up here. Got to think about now what I actually want to do in this 5K and how this will look. For the warm-up here, I'm jogging the full course, I decided this time, partly because I want to get in a decent warm-up, and also I asked race director Josh yesterday if I could be helpful at all today, and he goes, "Run the right course." And of course, you might think that was just said in jest or silliness, but Josh Muddard and I know the truth. That is, in fact, if I'm the one leading this race at any point, there is a very real risk that I will not run the right course. So I'm going to work on it, Josh. I'll try. Of course, by the time you're watching this video, you already know the truth. So I should probably just apologize now, and maybe that'll cover it. Well, anyway, so here's the plan. Got a 5K. I like to run every race basically the same, trying to find 3 different phases. You have the early stages where you want to be comfortable and relaxed. You have a check-in somewhere around midpoint where you want to kind of dial it in if needed. And then you have at one point somewhere near the later stages, you want to ratchet it up and make a real race out of it. But in a 5K, I don't know exactly where that should be. Sometimes it's the last mile, but I don't think I have a full mile really hard in my legs. So I'm gonna give something like that a try, and you will be able to prove me right or wrong. Also, one more thing, because it's a 5K, I'm going to be breathing very hard, and I don't know if I'll be able to talk during the race. So I will record, I'll get some clips, but I might be silent or use gestures or something like that instead. And that's about, I think, the best that I can offer at the moment. I'll see you again before the start. Okay, it was really good that I just ran the course, because I had no idea what the finish was supposed to be like and where to go. So now I do. The question is, will I remember it when I'm in the race? All right, a few leg speed strides, wake the body up a little bit, especially for marathoners like us. 5Ks are fast. So wake it up a little, do some activation drills. Got all that done. Now it's a couple of minutes to wait for the start. Look at that, I made it on time. Well, I'm not actually at the start yet, but I'm close enough that I'm not worried about it, which might be part of my problem to begin with. All right.
You guys have a great run out there. Be nice to one another.
Let's go, Kim.
Runners set, go. Have a great run, everybody.
Off to a rough start.
Okay, so here we are. Race is underway, and the rough start comment is a vast understatement. I'm going to explain more in the post-race reflection exactly what was going on there. But you should know at this point, very early on in the race, I was having some difficulties, and as a consequence, it was getting harder for me to say anything. Breathing was a major focus, or needed to be a major focus, so that it would happen. And then my arms also were kind of getting like heavy, or feeling kind of heavy, and so holding up the GoPro was getting difficult suddenly too. And so as a consequence, I don't have a lot of content here to offer you for the first 2 miles of the race, but a couple of quick clips at least.
2 in, something's going wrong. Everything is heavy, legs, arms, it's weird. Now I gotta call it quits. I don't know what it is, but it's bad.
Okay, so the wheels are off and everything's kind of changed. So at this point, and now that I'm out there, I'm on the course, and at a minimum, at least got to support the others who are putting in the good work. And so let's do a couple of quick clips here with some shout outs for you.
All right, chaps. There we go, Coster. Drive it. Looking fly. Keep it up, come on. Yes. That's a sweet view. Let's see if we can catch the whole thing. Now come around the back and get the trek. Awesome. All right, here's your post-race recap. I know you're dying to know what just happened. So I was a quarter mile into the run, and well, it was a little bit more than that, maybe not quite half a mile into the run, and I got this sudden like I don't know how to explain it, but I have this thing occasionally, and we're pretty sure it's like a kind of acid reflux, but as soon as it happened, like my hands and my legs started to kind of get a little bit weak, not quite like not numb, I could still feel them, but definitely like weak, and so that starts happening, and I'm thinking pretty quickly, I'm like, this is not I probably should back off, you know. I can't keep just pushing through this, so I just tried to kind of settle and stay comfortable, and you kind of caught a little bit of that as I was recording through the race. And then what ends up happening is I'm
about a mile and a half in, and we start going uphill, and it starts dramatically worsening as we're going uphill. So I was like, all right, that's it. You know, it's not just that I'm running slower and slower, but that I'm feeling worse as it's happening. So needed to call it. So I just jogged then at that point, and that's, you know, we'll keep working on dealing with that issue, but at the same time, I got to get more comfortable running fast too, so that's not an uncomfortable moment for me. So I'll keep doing that, and I'll do this again here soon, and you can catch the next one. All right, well, that covers it fairly clearly. I don't know if I need to add anything else to that, but the LPGA 5K, I mentioned I wanted to talk a little bit about the event just because it's a really cool one. The thing that we tend to love so much about it is that the generous prize side of it has always been fun. So they do the Meyer gift cards for top 3 of every age group. They do larger age groups for that one, like a 10-year span instead of 5. But so that's a lot of fun. You know, everybody's winning gift cards all over the place. It's great. I think one of the race managers was walking around with just extra gift cards, just randomly giving them to people afterward, which was kind of funny. And they also have the sweet breakfast foods post-race, so you're getting like Pop-Tarts and cereal and things that are, you know, the kids love it. I don't mind Pop-Tarts, so that's good too. And so that's been fun. They've got like fancy coffee and such, so it's a little bit different kind of flavor for the post-race experience. You're kind of like out having breakfast on a beautiful day, as it were, that day. And they even brought in some food trucks, which was cool, but it was a long line, and I like the Pop-Tarts just fine, so I stuck to that this time. Maybe we'll try out the food trucks another time. So as you can see, you know, a race like that doesn't always go according to plan. And I think it's especially worth sharing, you know, what is it that in moments like that you have to just kind of try to take what you get and do what you can with it. I tried to fight through that one, and it just wasn't happening, going from bad to worse. I should mention, I was sore for like 3 days after that race, inexplicably, because I really wasn't running especially quick. As a matter of fact, very slow after the first mile for like what a race effort would produce. And even then, you know, 2 miles at a mild race effort should never make someone sore if you're, you know, running within your fitness. And so clearly it was indicative of whatever the thing was that was going wrong. And good thing it pulled the plug when I did, because it may have just been that much worse if I would have tried to push through it. But as it were, that was that. And we've got more coming soon, and hopefully better experiences. So stick around for the next race not too long after.